NPP for no containers na they are Chinese in India for no. Na cables no woman no oman naneno. Today in Kwa nipa almost 30. What is happening? They say yachi India nibi wajatum or see the containers, about 40 of them, they were sold to him last year. Now another 22 Chinese, they have been arrested. They are saying yes, it is the Ministry of Ekufuor, the NPP for no. They moved the containers and give to. We know for a fact to say the NPP, they sold these containers, and anything that they were quick to go to market. Oh, and these are containers. They know what is coming. Yachi India ni, yachi Chinese for, they are getting close to about 30 over people who have been arrested. And they are going to lead us to Napo, because Napo was the energy minister. How these people got access to the containers. So what these people do, and they say, containers in the what they do is only custom officers be a committee bomu and containers in the. But when it comes to ECG and Napono on the system, it is 3,000. The Chinese, the Indian man, they have all been arrested. Indian in 40 containers in the water. This is a developing story. We know and we trust the process. Jakwa won't find the misro. Jakwa the punisher. He's there. And Jakwa will follow it. Madam Tokonun and MPP, no, they want to disrupt the system. They want to disrupt the process, the due process. No, the Chief Justice indirectly wants to use the MPP, former Attorney General, Godfrey Damina Nana no, on the and these MPP MPs they want to sabotage due process. And how are they doing it? This is what Madam Tokonu, and from what we are seeing, this is what they are trying to do. Mr. S, good timing. This is one thing I really want to talk about. ECG, the minister Wakasa, me say, the NPP as a political party is full of foolish people. Me say, Jandam bienu ebeye juma. Now the energy minister John Jenapo has spoken, and so far arrest is being made. And Minister Naka, or see. Yes, statistics prosecuting Kofwa. Mema Kakobia Metana Radio Sunka say the minister is persecuting people. The ministry, Mamon Kasa Ankwasi Asebno, because you people are telling the minister say so. Achia Kronfwa on prosecute. So when people, yes, statistics you put people before court to jail them. Mema Kakoti Anakobi Winibia Metana wun to me Asempa Kwasi Ampenyi Bia Metana Eyedian Joy News. The government is stepping on the fundamental right of Ghanaians. And you, Martin Pebu, everything you say, take your time and research before you speak. Sometimes you are quick to speak and it embarrasses you. It is a good advice I'm giving you. I respect you, but I think you are trying too much. Asamoba Atnase, Yenimse Franklin Kujo de IGP Yina Mana Bodam. Do you know Sir Franklin Kujo? Ghana DDEP. Nisika Nyina, do you know? But this guy is still supporting MPP's nonsense in opposition. Franklin Kujo, aunenia boate se me. DDEP by no. Nisika be 80% Nyina. But today he's sitting there talking about human rights and why we are not supposed to go after people. And these are people we cannot sit in Ghana and entertain. They don't know what they want. Balls they don't even know whether it is one or two. These are people who know shit and they lie to you people, making you people think that they are smart. Mumusa Franklin Kujo said, how much money did he lose during the DDEP? He lost all his investment, Onika Pre. But this same person will sit there and say, the NDC is not doing this. The NDC, shut up and let the NDC work. Now, Energy Minister Wakasa, and it's got to do with that. ECG, the containers na Ayira Ewo Hinfa, Ayira Ewo Temaport. 1,347 containers. Now, an Indian national has so far been picked up over the missing containers. The suspect claims they were sold to him last year. Now, and the government initiated serious investigations. Now, yachi India ni, nanya India ni kwa chino, yasachi other Chinese. Now, you know the funny thing? Containers no. NPP for no containers na they are Chinese in India for no. Na cables no woman no, oman naneno. Enti it becomes so difficult to track even the content of the container. It is 1,500 and 1,300. What they were doing over time, and they say at ECG, on their system, they have their 3,000 containers at the port. you will see, say, by the time you come to the port, realistically, they don't have 3,000 containers. They have taken the containers, given it out, and on the system at ECG, it reached 3,000. And they say, oh yeah, oh yeah, smart. Now almost system, so now so we have 3,000 containers stacked. But when you go to ECG and you go to check for yourself, the real numbers on the ground, you will see, say, 1,500 or 1,300 have been stolen, and no NSC. Now, the minister were initiating investigations. They are on the ground and they are searching. Now, today in Kwama Chinipa almost 30. What is happening? They say, Yachi India Nibi Wajatum, or see the containers, about 40 of them, they were sold to him last year. Now, another 22 Chinese, they have been arrested. They are saying, yes, it is the ministry of Ekufuor, the MPP for they moved the containers and give to. Let's listen to the minister and the Ogranti interview.
Most important one has to do with the whereabouts of those containers.
Indeed.
The briefing I got this morning, and let me comment the national security operatives and the law enforcement agencies. The information I got this morning is that already they've traced about 40 of them to a particular terminal or warehouse in Pung, which belongs to an Indian man of extraction. And they've confiscated all the 40 containers, and they are moving them to a secured location. The man indicates that those containers were sold to him last year, and so that's a subject of a matter of investigation, and the law enforcement agencies would ensure that the law takes its course. There are also reports of some other areas that they are picking intelligence. They will trace all of them, retrieve all the containers as soon as possible, and put the perpetrators before the courts of competent jurisdiction. Let me just sound that when we start prosecuting these people, let nobody come to say we are witch hunting. These are properties of the states. Every legitimate and legal means to ensure that we retrieve them and to hold all those behind these acts to account. And so we'll continue to work hard.
So that's the minister. Thank you, Mr. S, for reminding me. It's exactly 10 p.m. in Ghana. My man finished the story way. It wasn't just the Indian and then through the security agencies, no more arrest. They also arrested some Chinese. You can see 8 Chinese Ghanaian arrested over missing ECG containers. We know for a fact to say the NPP, they sold these containers and that they were quick to go to market. Oh, and these are containers. They know what is coming. They know. Yachi Indiani, Yachi Chinese for they are getting close to about 30 or over people who have been arrested, and they are going to lead us to Napo. They are going to lead us to Napo because Napo was the energy minister. How these people got access to the containers? So what these people do, and they say, containers in the what they do is only custom officers be a committee bomu and containers in the But when it comes to ECG under Napo on the system, it is 3,000. Into a airport one na omo containers no ko what they do is say omo yi wires na wom ni nyina na wires no eya na rubber wo ho into omo yi rubber na aka kopa no man nane omo wi na the container na back. This time they were not fortunate and aban sesai into aban sesai na container na carbon they could not bring it back. All the containers that left the port in 2024, the latter part of 2024 ya ba beto aba no omo move sa container ni nyina. Right now, the Chinese, the Indian man, they have all been arrested. Indian in 40 containers in the world. This is a developing story. We know and we trust the process. Jakpa won't find the misro. Jakpa, I had a punisher. He's there. And Jakpa will follow it. Jakpa, another one has come. Arrest for me. Thank you very much, Jakpa. All right, now. And it's exactly 6:03 p.m., 10 p.m. in Ghana. You have 45 minutes to complete this show tonight. And it's got to do with the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana, Madam Tokonu. And the Asama Abetoho Ninyana say, the Chief Justice of Ghana, about 2 days ago, and it is say, President of the Republic, President John Mahama, I can't say me or say, Nipa Bamiansa at the petition be abreno. Now petition no, a petition be a ono president there, only 2 miso obedi hu juma sisia if you say. Emrano emma no ho kwan. If you say on the president, oni sa to me na e was okasa petition no mahwem na mehwehwe mu wie na mabehu se chief justice odifo ana odibem. Emrano so ebo Ghana ho bra na kire say saa asɛm ne sɛ ebi si a ɛwɔ sɛ president no ɔde saa petition no ɛde ma council of state. Now council of state for ɛna ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo hwehwɛ mu ɛpɛnsɛmpɛnsɛm mu. Now so ɔmo hwɛ mu na ɔmo pɛnsɛmpɛnsɛm mu hu sɛ saa petition yi deɛ emu ɔwerɛ mu yɛhu ne sɛ ayɛ sɛ chief justice ne ho aka adwuma mu anaasɛ ɔyɛ nneɛma bi a ɛyɛ nneɛma ho sɛm a now na ɔmo de aba president ansa na president ate committee na committee no so atena se na yɛatoto chief justice ano ntanum no yɛbɛtumi ɛde ɛyɛ soboɔdeɛ a yɛde abɔ chief justice no yɛbɛtumi de amɔ no sɛ yɛabɔ soboɔ nti committee no ɛduru hɔ a ɛna chief justice ɛwɔ sɛ yɛto nsafrɛ no na yɛka sɛ soboɔ wei na amanfoɔ bi de abɔ wo nti wo ano yi a bɛyi ano saa na process ne teɛ. Na mo kae sɛ na Akufo-Addo ɛyɛ president no the same petition amanfoɔ bi di ebi ɛbrɛ Akufo-Addo sɛ ɔndi mmara no so na yɛnhwɛ at least ɔma Ghanaians the benefit of the doubt na ɔma ɛyɛ deɛ the council of state so ɛnhwɛ krataa ne mu wei ɛyɛ 2025 Akufo-Addo dismisses petition for chief justice's removal. Until late December, and Akufo-Addo enya petition say chief justice waye nyome bi a etia na adwuma na oyɛ no. Na sebio emra ne kyerɛ sɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo uni tumi a sebio wobɛka sɛ chief justice wahwɛ krata na odifo ana onifo. Na emra no ana constitution ne kyerɛ sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ wo ne council of state fo dwene ho. Nti ɛwɔ sɛ wo de ma council of state no mo so hwɛ mu. Na ɔmo hwɛ mu no mo sɛ engyinaso bi anim a ɔmbɛtumi ne wahyɛ nyansa adwene aka sɛ Mr President we de engyinaso nim enti ka kyerɛ Ghana fo sɛ wo ne adwene ho engyinaso ni so enti wayɛ den wato atwene. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo yɛde petition ma no sɛbio wɔne council of state fo akɔ ndi nkɔmɔ ɛna ɔto twene yɛ. Now aban asesa ɛna Ghana fo mutua taxes Ghana fo a ɔmo so yawo ɔmo Ghana ɔmo yɛ Ghana fo a ɔmo ka ɛhoma yɛ kyekyere man sɛ ɔmo atwerɛ petition akɔma the president of the republic sɛ Mr President John Mahama Chief Justice Tokonu in the past wayɛ nneɛma bi a saa nneɛma na wayɛ no entwa yie nneɛma bi a wayɛ no etia ɛyɛ deɛn constitution no nneɛma bi a wayɛ no etia ne office na ɔyɛ deɛn ɔtia no nti Mr President yɛnim sɛ uni tumi obetuma je krata we ahwem apam chief justice na emom constitution ma ho kwan sɛ kebi ma min kebi ene sɛ nea wobebu ɛyɛ Ghana mranti ɛwɔ sɛ wo ma ɛyɛ deɛn ɛyɛ council of state so enya krata we no mo hwehwem na council of state fo nya krata no mo hwehwem a no mo sɛ asɛm a yɛ kana ɛwɔ nyina so a ɛno na chief of council of state fo no ene watena se na wate committee a sebio omobeye mpensempensem mu nankasa ehu se chief justice e wose ebo no sobo ana se ni se ebo no sobo. Now anka asem we de anka simple inti ka hwema stage 1 president ne gi petition na stage 2 na wahwem stage 3 no the ama council of state so omuso nhwem stage 4 se council of state for hwem no mu se ngina so o ma stage 5 no ma ba president wo stage 6 no na tena Mr President they say they will say I say engina so kakra wom stage 7 na president no at committee na sa committee ni judge for te so Ghana for a omunya law so te so ena mpanifo bi a omuso hia te so na stage 8 sa committee no ato omun sa for chief justice no sa committee na so ebetumi de asem na omugina so ayo mun pensem no e de soma chief justice je na we ene asem ya ka to so stage 9 na chief justice na ba na stage 10 omaka say udi for ana undi for stage 11 ni apamono and one no a simple Ghana constitution is kire nan so chief justice yanim se wadi bone na osuro se onim se dwumadi ade man no saa dwumadi ade man no watietie nipa fa ahodie so ana se wabu mmra so chief justice no aye se ware eyede anoma ana se watutu anoma e na ode abekire se aboa beni chief justice as ware anoma bi na esoso ne daye chief justice no me no woka say petition yere koma Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo from 2024 to 2025 Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo sheda leaky petition no unma de kwenti o leaky petition no o leaky is a petition way because na opese chief justice no enya idea of the allegations against her when we say yes nipa mensa tro petition but ever sin there obi ehu the petition him it is because Emrani say until a committee is set by the president, and that committee at the end of the day decides to show the Chief Justice the allegations against her, no, the Chief Justice who allegations have been leveled against her, no, cannot know the allegations. You can't. You can only know the allegation after a prima facie case has been established for the committee to be put together to look into it. And so far, no, the petition cannot be leaked or cannot be shown to the Chief Justice, and then they say you are not supposed to have a pre-knowledge of the allegations, because the moment you get pre-knowledge of the allegations against you, you will prepare yourself for questioning. Into Sebio 1 year go baby akwa paper. Sebio so adu so go baby akwa paper. So it is clear that what the president is doing, the president of the Republic of Ghana, is going by the laws of this country. You cannot jump gun and tell the president to say, you know something, I want to know the allegations. Samiti yakasa obi akoto muna na minim samento muna no. Samiti asori de ne yaka muna tofo a mini problem na me regam. Samiti asori dem ne yaka se ye pa oma makọ wia bidie a me wia bidie nti emfa me ho. Echire wakọ wia bidie ne yaka se mo amwo ha mo wia bidie no ye bebọ mpa na oyem hihyew. The Chief Justice, if she is not guilty of anything, she should not even worry herself. She is supposed to allow the process to work. But the Chief Justice is doing something. What the Chief Justice is doing is say she is rather trying to create a bad name for the government. She is using the NPP to basically make the government look like, say, they are against her. A Chief Justice should understand, say, process is very important when it comes to law. Due process is the first thing when it comes to you understanding what we call law. It is looking like our Chief Justice, Madam Tokonu, does not want due process to work. Including the why. Madam Tokonu and the MPP, no, they want to disrupt the system. They want to disrupt the process. The due process, no, the Chief Justice indirectly wants to use the MPP, former Attorney General, Godfrey Damina Nana say no, on the and these MPP MPs, they want to sabotage due process. And how are they doing it? This is what Madam Tokonu, and from what we are seeing, this is what they are trying to do. One, Madam Tokonu today woke up this morning, say, give me copies of the 3 petitions seeking my removal and at least 7 days to respond to content to petition. Madam Tokonu Kache John Mahama, the president of the Republic of Ghana, say, and the arrogance in her letter, or Kache president say, give me the petition. Madam, when prosecutors stand before you, do they give you every details of their case? It is due process. When a prosecutor or a lawyer stands before you, Madam Tokonu, in your court, when they come to court the same day, do they present all evidence to you? There's a reason why when even lawyers are before you, they don't give you everything, because it will depend what their opponent, what the other party will say. That will call for what they need to bring out. Some lawyers have about 15 evidence in their closet. They decide to use one at a time. The reason is that they are also being careful about the move of their opponent. Now, if you are not guilty, why are you in a rush to see the allegations against you? Because as we speak, Madam Tokonu, so when you're guilty about anything, why are you in a rush? Especially when you know due process, when you know how the law works. The president does not have the power to release allegations. The president needs to consult with the Council of State. The Council of State need to establish a prima facie case. When they get to that point, the president will have to put together a committee. When it gets to the committee level, then the committee will have the right to give you allegations to look at. Now the issue is, why should we give you allegations for you to have a full knowledge of the crimes you've committed? Because you are in the capacity to clean any crime that you have committed. You are the head of Ghana's judiciary. And to say, and all the allegations, you have all the powers to do what? To clean your ass. So why don't you have patience? Why don't you wait? Why don't you let due process work? Why are you rubbing shoulders with the president? Why are you trying to act like you are powerful than the president? Why are you trying to use political dogs like political dogs like these MPP boys to distract a process? Because from what I am seeing from the president, John Dramani Mahama is trying to protect you, Madam Tokonu, unless your guilt is basically fighting you. Because if the president did not want to protect you, the president would have connived with the state, with the Council of State, and then take a decision without anybody knowing. The president could have skipped the Council of State and ignore every Ghanaian and say, let the committee come together. But I think the president believes until you are proven guilty, you as we speak, you are not a criminal. Until you are proven guilty, you as we speak, you are still the Chief Justice of Ghana. So what are you scared of? What are you scared of? Because Jemi Unukrampo said the president of the republic basically wants to protect you. He wants to protect your integrity. He is giving you the room to clean yourself. He is giving you the room for the process to work so that nobody can, at the end of the turn around and malign you. That is why he wants a fair process. And this Ushe case here, John Mahama is trying to protect the Chief Justice, because if the president was against the Chief Justice, if he wanted to take out the Chief Justice, the president would have been like a Kufuor Kwasiampe, he will not listen to anybody. The next day we hear the president has seen the Council of State, he has put together a committee, Chief Justice, you are going to be fired. No, the president said, I am in consultation, meaning the president is still talking to the Council of State. Nothing has been established yet. The document is still being looked at. So why are you in a rush to tell the president to give you the allegations to see? Have you committed a crime? Maybe you have committed a crime. Maybe you have abused the office. Maybe you were too political. Maybe you know that your embarrassment is coming. Maybe you know so what dibonibi. Now this is what the Chief Justice is doing. The Chief Justice is trying to disrupt a due process. Of Supreme Court, there's due process. And the Chief Justice knows due process than anybody in Ghana. Into Busango say, at the internet Chief Justice, no, oh, ne ho pray ne sa,